Okay, this is History 101, right? Thank you. Can you hear me? This was my week of laryngitis, and thanks to the good medical profession and some antibiotics, hopefully you'll be able to listen to me. Well, anyhow, the title of the speech, "There's a ship lies rigged and ready in the harbor," if you remember Roger Whittaker. But Chairperson Benninghoff, President Van Aken, Dean Franklin, members of the faculty, administration, trustees, parents, guests, and graduates, and my family. I am well aware that on a day of such excitement for all of you, what you require first and foremost of any speaker is to be short. Of special note, I want to acknowledge Professor David Miller, who yesterday received recognition for a lifetime of service to Thiel College, as well as two long-serving professors, Professor Nick Despo and Judy Newton, who receive honors this year as they retire. These three individuals are the epitome of the strength of the faculty at Thiel College. A graduation ceremony, one wit once said, is an event where the commencement speaker tells hundreds of students dressed in identical caps and gowns that individuality is the key to success. Today, hopefully, I can provide some insights into dealing with the challenges beyond the halls of ivy. Additionally, I'll have some comments not only for graduates, parents, loved ones, faculty, administration, and yes, trustees. As I had noted, the ship which lies rigged and ready in the harbor is each student graduating here today. My comments for the graduates will, I hope, keep your ship safe no matter gales, storms, or mist, as well as during spells when the sea is idle as a painted ship upon a painted ocean. To the graduates, your time at Thiel as an undergraduate is done. Most of you are in your early 20s and will be looking for employment. Oh my, what a place to be. It is a bit scary, challenging. However, it is also an opportunity to undertake the adventure of life. So make sure you have a good compass, a moral one. Initially, do not look for or expect a perfect job, the one that pays you what you expect, that is precisely in the occupation or endeavor in which you want to work, or that is in the location you desire. It rarely happens. Be flexible. Start in a position where future possibilities exist. You may have to work even for a little bit less. Learn about the position and the organization as you start. Be aware of what is happening around you. There will rarely be a first voyage with only fair winds and following seas. Know your ship and its limits, but also study the seas in which you sail. They can be unpredictable. One does not always cross a sea in a straight line. Sometimes you have to sail to weather, close to the wind. In other words, there will be risky times and many changes before you reach safe harbor. Your goals and visions of what you can be will continue to expand, take new directions. Adjust to these and seize opportunities. You may want to take your ship to a different harbor. While in higher education, all my life, I had many different careers and changing responsibilities. Your ship will always need to be upgraded with new gear to make it seaworthy and safe to sail to your destination. So continue to learn new skills. So to understand where your abilities lie and where they do not. I was a Navy bandsman and a credible one. However, as I thought about what to study in college, I knew that I was not a musician that could have taken it to a new level. I could not get to Carnegie Hall, no matter admonitions to practice, practice, practice. So be realistic in your self-assessment of your abilities. All ships have their limits. Oliver Hazard Perry, sailing out of Erie Harbor to do battle with the British on Lake Erie, hoisted his "Do not give up the ship" banner. And so to you, do not give up. We all fail. I did more than once, and will more likely do so again. It may be the loss of a job, a setback, but if you have a vision for yourself, make the adjustments, dust yourself off, and dig in. Whether you are in your current position or need to start over, do not give up the ship. Do not be the Flying Dutchman, doomed to be at sea forever. You can reach safe harbor. The immediate issue will be to understand what happened and to correct course and move on. Have a personal sense of responsibilities. Having colleagues and peers know that you are a person of integrity is central to who you are. Your faculty, your coaches, and counselors and administrators here at Thiel have helped you to build and have helped refine those values you first learned at home. You must be a trustworthy captain for all those with whom you sail. Civility and courtesy are essential skills. We all work with persons, do we not, with whom we would not prefer to associate. However, for one to be successful, one must work with others with whom we would not associate. So phrases like, "Excuse me, may I interrupt? Thank you." And in general, simple, good manners are the lubricant of social intercourse. We have all learned the hard way about this at times. Harsh words accomplish nothing. Well, there may be the occasion where grabbing someone's attention is necessary, but do that sparingly. At sea, all must pull together to set sails. When you mess up, and you will, when you offend, and you will, even without intent, honestly admitting a screw-up or an offense is necessary. Honest, open dialogue in clearing up a misunderstanding, a slight, or admitting to a thoughtless remark will reinforce others' understanding of you as a person of integrity. Do not blame others for your mistakes. Do not make the mistake of Captain Queeg on the cane. Understand who you are and where you come from. Celebrate those who nurtured you and the environment in which you grew up. If it was a circumstance of difficulties, understand that. This is the only way in which nurturing and good things can be a foundation for your future. As we all grew up, we also encountered some less than nurturing experiences. And so these difficulties, be they large and small, understand them and learn the outcome, learn how you can overcome them by understanding them and jettisoning them overboard. Finally, your voyage of life, stand on the deck with shipmates, enjoy the sea, and take some time for yourself. For the parents and loved ones here, well, almost 4 years ago, you dropped off your child or loved one at Thiel College. Now your daughters or son or spouse or the one you love is now graduating. Some in this class may wind up back home. Others will move near or far, but will be on their own. Some will be gainfully employed, and for these graduates and their parents and loved ones will be pleased. Some are planning weddings or making arrangements for living with partners. Times are a-changing. Your world and your relationship with your son and daughter is changing. So adjust. Remain close in new and special ways to your children. And oh, by the way, there probably soon will be some grandchildren. Yes. To the Thiel community, a few remarks before I end. What about Thiel and those who have worked to ensure your success? Graduates, being involved in the educational enterprise at a school like Thiel is not easy work. Not if the school is going to provide a superior education. And let me depart from the script for just a second. Every school that you visit has excellence in education, whatever that means. But beyond the hyperbole of such phrases, Thiel College is unique. Thiel continues to be a strong and effective college, very unique and very special. Too often, none of us are doing well at letting people know. The college has gone through some rough patches in recent years, and it has had a renewal. Quite frankly, to me, Thiel is what a good, small, liberal arts college should be. It nurtured you, fine graduates. But to continue success at Thiel, some things are necessary. A strong board of trustees who come to meetings and do not nod sagely without knowing what has been going on. A trustee must be involved and be a good steward, providing time, talent, and treasure. Thiel needs and has strong executive leadership. President Van Aken continues to give Thiel that leadership. And something special I put in here as I conclude, strong recruiting. It cannot be ignored if Thiel is to continue to flourish. Strong performance and admissions and recruitment must be a given. I do not, for one moment, accept as a reason or excuse for our not reaching a goal that the number of high school students in Western Pennsylvania is declining. That's simply a fact. We must work within that context. What all of us must do is work harder and more effectively to have those in our area understand the uniqueness of this college, and as a result, simply garner a larger part of that graduating class of high school seniors. We all have a role to play in this. In academic pursuits, there must be strong teaching and scholarly engagement, with an eye to retaining those we work so hard to urge to come to Thiel. Now, faculty, forgive me. That's what I did most of my life. To guide students to success requires skill, communication, and leadership, but it requires more. I call it the Trinitarian dynamic in higher education. How's that for jargon? No theology lesson here, Kurt. Rather, not the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, but a different Trinity. The professor, the student, and the discipline. Good teaching is critical, but often the third element, the discipline, is not emphasized as it might be. What is the goal? For the student to master that knowledge and know how to apply it. To entertain or to be pleasant in the classroom and understand your students is not enough. Being liked and not ensuring rigor in the classroom does not work. Content. And dear faculty, this means more than ensuring that the student garner the knowledge, because it will be knowledge that is less developed unless the professor continues to engage in the discipline. It is an inherent requirement that a faculty member continue to think, develop, and write or research about your area of study. For you cannot develop scholarship skills in students and engender their acquisition of knowledge in the field without continuing to do so yourself. I do not mean publish or perish, but rather that you must be engaged in your profession, whatever the activities are. I also believe that students must demonstrate a mastery of the discipline by requiring students to apply it. In the laboratory, by writing, and by collaborative research. I firmly believe in the need to study the sciences, all students, to know at least a certain level of higher mathematics, but to also remember that the humanities are the foundation for a civil society, and one which provides for the aesthetic side of our being. So, Gary Trudeau at a commencement once commented, "Commencement speeches are invented largely in the belief that outgoing college students should never be released into the world until they have been properly sedated." Now, I hope, graduating seniors, you are not too sedated to walk across the stage. And a final comment. While I'm here today and where I am in life has been with the help and influence of my love and life partner, Rosanna. She has been my shipmate through not only storms, but also the great voyages of life. Also, I am blessed with family. And scary though the thought is, I am now the patriarch of two extended families represented here today. I grew up in a family where I was the only child. But today in the audience are three sisters. My cousins who are here are more like brothers. And also good friends who have supported me, given me counsel on my journey, and put up with me and stayed with me in times of difficulty. But this is what a shipmate does. To President Van Aken, your friendship and trust was the key to our success. I could not have served Thiel College without your support. You have done well. Now, graduates, it is time for you to ring the ship's bell, slip the moorings, and head out to sea. Your voyage begins. Thank you.